deal? Check, check, check. Make sure y'all can hear me. Yo, welcome to the No Pick Show where there's no hand holding. We do it facts, not emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell notification. I'm hoping y'all get notifications about this live. It was a little bit impromptu, but seemed like we got a lot to talk about, man, especially after what I saw last game. You understand me? I'm going to let a couple more people join in before I really start getting into the content. But make sure you hit the like button as you join. Let me see here. Got a few things queued up, man. Whoa, what's that with you, Ethan? How you doing, bro? Whoa, Donald, what's up, Doc? How you doing? What's happening with y'all, man? I'm gonna need y'all insight on this because a couple people kind of saying I'm making too much of it. Like I'm making too much of an issue of this. But keep in mind, the Pelicans was ranked like close to last or near the bottom of the league in defensive rebounding. And what I saw in that last game, is that Southeast Melbourne? What I saw in that last game is alarming to me because you're not even dealing with no real bigs necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Not to discredit those guys, but if I got to compliment the team for how they looked chemistry-wise, I got to critique them for how they looked on them defensive boards, considering that's been a problem since JV has been gone. You know what I'm saying? They putting a lot of stock into Eve Messi, who I'm a believer in, putting a lot of stock into Derek Queen, who I'm a believer in as well. But at the same time, you got to keep in mind, Derek Queen is injured. Derek Queen is a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Derek Queen has never played a second of real NBA basketball. It's unfair to say, well, Derek Queen is going to solve all the defensive rebounding problems. It's like, no, son. Like, what's the likelihood of that being realistic? We're going to get into a couple of options as far as who I think would be some reasonable, realistic acquisitions, like some people who we can really get in the building. Because initially, the first person crossed my mind, y'all know I'm a John Collins fan, but the first person crossed my mind, son, was Tariq Eason. And I'm like, man, they could find a way to get Tariq Eason. I don't see it happening. I don't think it's possible, but he got a contract extension situation coming up. And, Houston, they got to pay Kevin Durant. They got to pay the Thompson twins soon. You got Reed Shepard still there. You got Jabari, who due for an extension soon. Fred VanVleet, they're not going to be able to move that contract now. You got they might have a couple more people that's due. Sagoon just got paid. So they're going to have some apron issues themselves. And they still, well, I guess if Reed work out, they do, but they still don't have a point guard necessarily. They say the defensive boards, shout out to Donald, he said the defensive boards would be a problem if you have Trey, Herb, Zion, Poole, and Missy on the front court as the close on the start lineup. I don't see a consistent defensive rebound. That's what I'm saying too, because initially I was kind of like, well, man, if you just go out there and say, all right, Herb, I'm gonna need you to step it up on the boards this season, and it's like, yeah, you could ask that of them. It don't hurt to ask, especially since you about to be paying them $20 million. But at the same time, it gets to a point where you got to just accept people for who they are and accept their shortcomings for what they are. Herb is a defensive ace, but when it comes to the boards, that's not something that he's necessarily like physically equipped to do. Herb not a very he don't look physically strong necessarily. He's not about to be down there banging with who I'm trying to think. Just think about the San Antonio Spurs, right? Cornette, Wemby, Biyombo. I think they still got Champagne. I think Bassey gone. You got what's homie, man? Y'all know the dude I don't like. The fake Dennis Rodman dude. You got him there. You know what I'm saying? Like if Herb averaged 5-6 rebounds, I'm gonna be happy about it, because to me that's a step in the right direction. Zion, he gonna get you about 6-7. I think people gotta look. Yeah, Zion is a freak athlete, but at the end of the day, Zion's 6'6", bro. Zion's 6'6". He ain't got no crazy wingspan. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to be asking so much of him offensively, and you're going to ask him to step up defensively. I don't really know if you getting more than 6-7 rebounds. Herb might get you 6-7 rebounds. I'm sorry. Trey might get you 6-7 rebounds. Jordan Poole might get you 3, 4 at the most. You know what I'm saying? And let's say if you start Looney, I think Looney can get you about 9-10 rebounds. But if you running into teams with two big lineups, how you expect to compete on the boards in that starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? Like just how you expect to compete. I think no matter what, you got 3 all-star caliber scorers. I'm just talking about scores. And in the starting 5. And Zion and Trey and Poole. 3 all-star caliber scorers, offensive engine type players. Okay, cool. So the other 2 players, let's say it's Looney and Hurd, for example. They really ain't got to worry about scoring. They just got to worry about taking advantage of the opportunities that those aforementioned 3 create for them. Like just being in the dunker spot, finishing, hitting an open 3 if you're Hurd from the corner, things like that. But at the same time, with that level of offensive, I guess, requirement taken off your plate, I'm gonna need a little bit more from you on the boards. That's why I think, and if you listen to Troy Weaver, you listen to Joe Dumars, you listen to all them, they want another big. They want another big. They were speaking about the 2 big lineups. Right now, I'm gonna say they don't have it. And if you look at that first game, they ain't really have no 2 big lineups they ran out there. The only 2 big lineup you saw this preseason so far was was when you saw Carlo and Misi out there. When you saw Carlo and Misi, that was the 2 big lineup that we saw. And it was like, that it was cool, you know what I'm saying, for what it was. But a lot of times you saw they had PV playing the 4. I'm like, nah, they ain't gonna. I ain't putting down PV, but man, you need size out there, man. PV about 6'7". I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Donald, you say Trey for Laurie makes sense. I wouldn't do. See, I don't think Laurie much better than Trey offensively, honestly, to be honest. And I think Laurie contract right now is one of the worst contracts in the league. The Jazz kind of had to give it to him, but with the Jazz situation, by them owning OKC, they pick, they're in a situation where they have to tank again. They're gonna have to tank again this upcoming season. So it's like they got a weird situation going on, and then they got to pay Kessler soon, and you just got Ace. So they not gonna try to expedite the process with Ace. So they're gonna try to build slow. So I think Lowry is gonna be available. It's just a matter of who willing to take on that contract. That's an ugly contract. His contract and Sabonis' contract. Whoo, that's some ugly contracts for like third options. Ethan said you wouldn't trade Trey for SGA. He about to have a career year. I think Trey about to have an excellent year as well. I got Trey averaging like close to 24 points. I got him at 23.5 this season. What y'all got Trey averaging this season? What y'all got Trey averaging? And yo, while we on the topic, we got 15 people here. Please make sure y'all smash the like button and share the live. I went live a few minutes early. I didn't want y'all to be waiting. So let me see if I can share the screen real quick. One guy, Clams, what up, my dog? You got him at 24 points. Ethan, you got him at 25 points. All right. I think Trey could lead the team in scoring. I think Trey going to get about 20 looks a game. I think he'll get at least 20 looks a game. And if 9-10 of those are threes at a decent clip. Mimicking the Gubby said, how we get Cam from the Nets, Cam Thomas? Whoo. How would you get Cam from the Nets? See, it would depend on what the Nets want, right? I don't think, hey, Jessica, how you doing? It depends on what the Nets want, right? Because the Nets, they're not in a rush to contend, obviously. But you got a guy like Michael Porter Jr., who could kind of be like, hey, let's see how this goes. Similar to what happened with Mikal Bridges. When Mikal Bridges got there, they thought he was just going to be, a role-playing guy. But he turned out to be pretty efficient for them, or effective for them, right? Not effective for them to win, but he was better than anticipated. If Michael Porter Jr. can take the next step, it could change what they will want in a trade for Cam Thomas. But keep in mind, Cam Thomas is an expiring guy looking for, some money. He's looking for at least 25 M's this offseason at minimum. You know what I'm saying? So, and we see how free agency going right now. It's hard to get that money. But if it was me, my deal would be Hawkins. They got buku cap space. So Hawkins, Jose, and I'll probably give him a protected first. I can't give him an unprotected first because Cam a free agent. Like, what if I just lose homie. You know what I'm saying? And Cam, he might not want to come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? But in New York, you got to think he might be willing to do whatever. He might be willing to do whatever because in New York, they might hate on him. They might be like, nah, we not giving you no run. You know what I'm saying? So that could become a rocky situation. But let's look at like power forward prospect. Now, y'all remember Rashawn Holmes? Rashawn Holmes, he played for Washington last season. Hell of a defensive rebounder. That's your Troy Weaver connection right there. Of course, Troy Weaver was there last season. And he was with Sacramento before that. So I'm sure he was there at some point during Joe Dumars' tenure in Sacramento. Said Westbrook will be perfect. We're gonna talk about Westbrook as well. But let's look at if it'll let me share this screen. Hold on one second. This is more of a beta test, y'all. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I can do some of these things because I ain't doing a screen. All right. So if y'all can see this, I hope y'all can see this. All right. So looking at the rebound, right? Rebound percentage. He averaged 5.7 rebounds per game. I know what y'all thinking. That's not incredible numbers, but keep this in mind. His defensive rebound percentage was at close to 21%. So that means defensive rebounds is a percentage of available defensive rebounds Rashawn Holmes grabbed while he was on the floor, right? And he averaged out of that 5.7, he averaged close to 4 defensive rebounds. Considering what you'll be able to do, it's blacked out. Oh man, did y'all heard me though? Damn. Well, my bad, y'all. The site is 3 Steps Basket. My bad. So considering what you'll be asking Rashawn Holmes to do, like, yo, go out there, get the rebound, kick it out, start the fast break, start transition, be a junkyard dog. You know what I'm saying? Be a junkyard dog. All you got to do out there, 15, 18 minutes of just wreaking havoc, attack the boards. And, Rashawn Holmes, he's not terrible offensively neither. He can get you an easy 9 to 10 points. I'm a fan of Saddiq Bey. I like Saddiq Bey's game. I've been a fan of Saddiq Bey since Detroit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to put too much of a burden on Saddiq Bey at the power forward. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what happened in Melbourne was cool with that second game. I thought he looked cool in the first game as well. But at the same time, consider how much of that offensive burden Saddiq Bey is going to be taking on with that second unit. Because, man, like that second unit, we got a couple questions, man. We got a couple questions. I know we've been told the Jose injury not that serious, but keep in mind, this is Jose's second injury this offseason. He got hurt in the national games, and he got hurt in the preseason. So it's like, God damn, like, come on now. And Fizz is a rookie, so I don't want to put too much of a burden or crazy expectation on him because we need to start fast and win fast. So they really trying to thread the needle. You know what I'm saying? So that means, all right, Saddiq Bey for the second unit until Queen gets back, you like the offensive engine for the second unit for the most part, right? So where does that leave? Shout out to Carlo, shout out to Misi. But at this stage, defensive rebound is not necessarily their strength. They're more, I'm not going to call them finesse, but they're more offensive-driven guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Misi got a lot of his boys on the offensive end. So when you look at Rashawn Holmes, another physical guy, stocky, go out there to get boys, can spot start for you, has been a starter in the league. And again, the Troy Weaver connection, you can get them on, you probably can get them on like, vet men, just to get them in the building. You got to account for injuries and things of that nature. Looney Looney only 29, but Looney old 29. So, you gotta account for things like that. You know what I'm saying? And Queen out, we don't know when Queen coming back. We don't know what condition Queen really gonna be in when he get back. And again, he a rookie. But a lot of y'all was hitting me up talking about Victor Oladipo. So let me try to share this screen again and see how this goes. I hope, man, y'all let me know if this worked this time. Hold up. I'm about to share this again. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see the screen? Can y'all see the screen? Let me know. because I want to get into some of these highlights. Y'all can see it. All right. Because y'all, like 3 people hit me up today about these Victor Oladipo highlights. Let's look at them.
Look at this guy playing hard here in the fourth quarter.
Carolina touchdown yesterday. The ball got kicked after a couple fumbles.
Oladipo, first J is good.
Back for Victor, just gets in the right spot.
Well, he added an extra inch to his.
Yeah, I was going to say, he looks about to play of the year. Last year, had he been able to meet the required amount of games.
Led the league in blocks, only playing half the year. Oladipo up and under.
Hard pick and roll for 2 bigs to cover. Especially when you have a guy like Victor who knows how to pass and Cornette who knows how to set screens and rolls.
That boy playing for a job. You see him diving on the floor, he playing for a job.
Pass. Oladipo guarded by Jones Garcia. Oladipo fading and puts it in. Stole it. And here come the Long Lions. Oladipo cans a 3 as well. Oladipo.
That's an and one.
Just and puts it in.
That's an and one.
Right, a minute on his hip. Beautiful.
All right, so Oladipo was hooping. I played that because a lot of people asked about Oladipo because I spoke about the Pelicans needing more second unit offense and particularly in the backcourt. Now, I came across a troubling stat yesterday. We all saw the game with Jordan Hawkins. A few people hit me up and they was like, Chad, you was kind of hard on Jordan Hawkins. And I'm like, no, no, I don't think so. I think I've been pretty cool, towards Jordan Hawkins. And, I gave him the benefit of doubt going into that these 2 preseason games. Keep in mind, Jordan Hawkins didn't play at all in the summer league, which I understand. 3rd-year guy probably want to focus on just get 100% healthy. Jessica, you said you don't think the Pelicans are gonna make no moves. I think they're gonna make a couple. I think they're gonna have to make at least a couple because they already waived a couple guys, right? Now I know they got they got a couple camp invites, and I don't know. I mean, you could be right. I just think it's interesting because they had to see the rebounding issues. Like they just had to see them. But if they feel like Queen is ahead of schedule, if they feel like Herb is going to be back by the time they get to back to the States, what is it, next week? They play I think Orlando or Houston. Well, I think if they play Houston, that's going to really tell it too, because Houston running a 2 big lineup. Houston just started Eason, Sengun, and Steven Adams. So they're going to get all the rebounds. They about to get all the rebounds, like just off the rip. So let me get to this stat with Jordan Hawkins that I found to be a little troubling, bro. And it was, oh my God, it was bad. All right, so let me know if y'all can see this. Shout out to the Pelicans debrief. The author said, thankfully, there's a reason to believe Hawkins can succeed in this capacity. In context, the capacity was like, as a role player. He said he shot 38% on catch and shoot threes as a rookie. And last season, he shot 34% as a catch and shoot guy from beyond. 34% is terrible. Damn, it's blacked out too. I don't know what's going on with these janky ass sites. But all right, so I'm gonna just tell it to you. Jordan Hawkins shot 38% his rookie year in catch and shoot situations. And last year he shot 34%. That's terrible. That ain't good at all. Like that ain't good. That ain't good whatsoever. You understand? That's bad, especially if you consider to be like one of the top 2 options for that second unit, offensive options. You're not a defensive ace. You're not like a ball distributor. You're not like Alfred Payton or nobody like that. Your job is to shoot and score. So the fact that he hasn't been able to do that leaves you with more questions than answers. That make you look at a guy like Victor Oladipo and be like, yo, what's happening? You won't come home to America? I know you're in China right now. You won't come home to America? Yeah, it's one game. Yeah, Victor Oladipo, 33 years old. But you need somebody, man, with some history of getting some points, getting some buckets. You know what I'm saying? That's why people laughing at the Russell Westbrook idea, but Russell Westbrook can rebound. He's a professional. You know he's gonna be in shape, and he can score. Like he can get the ball transition, go from one end of the court to the next end of the court. He can score. Yeah, he's 34 years old, but he still got something left in the tank. You know what I'm saying? And the Pelicans, though, they gonna need help with that second unit. I'm telling y'all, like what I saw, it was this questionable. Because think about this. Consider this, right? Because people like the devil on this roster. And I ain't mad at it. I don't hate the devil on the roster at all. But people talking about Micah Peavy, who's a rookie. Talking about Jeremiah Fez, who's like, 18 years old, 18-year-old rookie. At one of the most difficult positions to learn in the NBA, that being point guard. And you talking about Derek Queen, who's not only a rookie, but the thing you missing, that Derek Queen don't necessarily fit the mold for that. Derek Queen is not some high motor, junkyard dog, rebounding, dive on the floor type guy. That's the type of guy you need. Like right now, that's who you're missing right now. So I'm curious to see how they thread that needle. Like with the people available right now in free agency, you got Rashawn Holmes, Trey Lyles, Westbrook, and Malik Beasley is very interesting. Malik Beasley is very, very interesting. But, we spoke about it before. Like, if Malik Beasley is really in financial peril, as been rumored, then I don't know if Malik Beasley going to take no little $4 million. Like, what you might have to do, and I'm interested in what y'all think, what you might have to do is, if you can move Jordan Hawkins for just cash and free up an additional, I think Jordan Hawkins making like 4.7, free up an additional $4.7 million, you might be able to give Malik Beasley like, yo, I got $7 million for you. I got $8 million for you. What you want to do? 1 year, $8 million is one year deal. Let's do it. At least then, you ain't got to worry about the shooting and the offense with that second unit. And he can fringe start. You know what I'm saying? Spot start. He can spot start for you. I think, was he second in the league last year in 3-point makes? He would fit like a glove with that second unit. You could really run and gun. With the rebounding, then you can say, all right, look, we just going to try to outscore everybody. We just going to run and gun and try to outscore everybody. And that could be your approach to the season next year. We got 31 people in the building. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Man, I ain't even telling people we was live. Hold up. Let me share the link real quick. What y'all thinking about Malik Beasley? I asked y'all this before. Does anyone in here still have faith in Jordan Hawkins? Am I selling them too short? Am I selling Derek Queen too short? Talk to me. What y'all thinking, man? What y'all thinking? Cam Thomas only got $8 million. Beasley better take this $5 million. Yeah. I mean, look, Ryan, you're right. Because it's like, hey, though, first of all, it's been conflicting reports about you being cleared from this, investigation. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people got no money right now. So what you gonna do? You gonna gamble? No pun intended. You gonna gamble and hold out for the highest offer? What you gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you need to go ahead and take this little $4-5 million we got for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I hope you've been keeping in shape. And come to camp. You know what I'm saying? Just come to camp. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ready. Because you know that they not. To me, Micah Peavy is outplaying Jordan Hawkins. In 2 games of evidence we've gotten, 2 games of data, Micah Peavy is outplaying Jordan Hawkins. Jordan Hawkins shot 25. I think he's shooting 25% from behind the arc right now in the preseason. Let me look for sure, because I don't want to be lying. I just did this on the show last night. Where is it, man? I was talking to Chris about this last night, and I pulled this up. Yeah, Jordan Hawkins. Let's see what he's shooting. See what the brother's shooting from behind. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's shooting 25%. First game, he shot 6 for 13 from behind the arc, which is 40% from the field. 2 for 8. I'm sorry. He shot 6 for 13 from the field, 46% from the field. He shot 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. That's 25% from 3. Other game, he shot 3 of 9 from the field. That's 33% from the field. And he shot 1 of 4 from beyond the arc. That's 25. He needs to go play them motherfucking lottery numbers, boy. I'll be playing that shit. 25. Let me go ahead and get that 500 million. But yeah, it's a no for me, dog. It's a no for me. I'm good. I'm cool. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I just ain't gonna be able to do it. Like, then when you think about like Michael Peavy got a better handle, he's cheaper. Like he's $2 million cheaper. He can defend better. Like he can dribble. Like Hawkins just can't dribble at all. It's just cuz like I'm at a point where was it Buffkin who got traded from Atlanta for like cash considerations? If you the Pelicans, though, you might as well just go ahead and I'm not saying Hawkins won't figure it out on his next stop. I'm saying if you the Pelicans, you don't got time for that. Like you just don't got time. Like the Memphis Grizzlies, they giving you an opportunity first game. Ja Morant hurt, Jaren Jackson Jr. hurt, Edie's hurt. Should be 1-0. No excuses, right? Then you got De'Aaron Fox with the Spurs. He's hurt. Should be 2-0. No excuses. Then you got the Celtics. KP gone. Al Horford gone. Jason Tatum's hurt. There should be no excuses. Drew Holiday gone. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Jaylen Brown and Pritchard and Sam Hauser. Cornette's gone. Hey, should be 3-0. Like, that's how I'm saying it. You should start the season hot, 3-0, no excuses. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got confidence in the roster. I got confidence in Jordan Poole, Trey Murphy, them. You know what I'm saying? If you're not starting 3-0, I ain't saying you got to beat the piss out of them. I ain't saying you got to win convincingly. Just win. Just win. You know what I'm saying? Just win. If you're not starting 3-0, something went terribly wrong. Something went terribly wrong, and more than likely, it went wrong with that second unit, son. Like, it went wrong with that second unit. Like, I'm thinking realistic. Look, so let's run through it. All right, so let's say Jose at the 1. Of course, you're gonna have a staggered lineup here and there, but let's say Jose at the 1, right? I think Jose gonna get the nod over Fizz, dog. I think he gonna get the nod over Fizz just because he's a veteran, right? But Jose at the 1. And you'll say Hawkins at the 2. All right, Hawkins at the 2, whatever. Hawkins at the 2. Sadiq Bey at the 3. Carlo at the 4. Eve Messi at the 5. Where your offense coming from with that lineup, aside from Sadiq Bey? Where your offense coming from? I mean, yeah, Jose, he could get to a spot. You know, Jose is a hell of a catch and shoot guy. You know, he can hit a floater here and there, but like, and that's not no hellified defensive lineup neither. So who you stopping? If you run into, let's say you run into a team with a hellified second unit, let's say you run into Peyton Pritchard and them, and who the Spurs got? They probably gonna start Castle. So let's say you run into their second unit with Harper and who they got? Keldon Johnson over there, like a couple of them guys, some offensive guys. Who you really got to go band for band with them dudes, man? You need to go get some offense and you need to go get some defensive rebounding. Like, you know, shit gonna get tight fast if, you know, dudes coming out there and it's like some of the things we see in the preseason is a mirage. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get ugly fast. And you got somebody like Trey Lyles. You said we gotta stop being so nice with these roster spots. This ain't no damn charity. Yeah, look, somebody hit me up today. They was like, yo, man, I'm telling you, Garrison Brooks, he willing and able, man. He the power forward you're looking for. I was like, shout out to the brother. But he was like, yeah, man, that's the guy. I was like, bro, they waived him yesterday. Like, he literally got waived yesterday. So who else you got? Like, we talking about Hunter Dickinson? You know what I'm saying? Who we talking about? Who we talking about? And them keeping that roster spot open and them keeping that money available, I don't think it's a coincidence. And they only got so much tradable salary. Like, you're not about to trade DeJounte. That ain't happening until DeJounte dribble a basketball. I don't think that's happening. So you're looking at Hawkins and Jose as the realistic trade candidates. So, dog, you can free up enough bread to go. I got damn that in here. You can free up enough bread to go get Malik Beasley on the real. You can free up enough bread to bring in Rashawn Holmes. I think both of them, those two acquisitions, would solve all your problems. I'm kind of out on Bol. I was thinking about it, but Bol don't be rebounding. Like, unless you about to play. Yeah, I'm kind of out on Bol. Because what would you do in that scenario? You playing Looney at the 5. You starting Looney at the 5, and you gonna put like Carlo or somebody at the 4. Like, what? I don't really. You need a power forward. You need a traditional power forward, 6'8", you know what I'm saying? About 210 power forward, rebounding type guy. You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody I'm missing? Is there any names I'm missing that y'all can think of? Because again, I don't know when Derek Queen coming back. He did the post-game interview. I mean, not post-game, post-practice interview, to where they made it seem like he could be back by the start of the season, but he ain't played no basketball. So you can't just throw him out there. I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, I would be a little shocked. I was about to say, I wouldn't be shocked if you saw him in Birmingham off the rip, but I would be a little shocked. I think you're going to see Fears in Birmingham before you see Queen. But then again, if Jose hurt, Fears, this might be your time to shine. This might be your time to shine, big dog. See what the Pacers doing. The Pacers to me, I was watching some more Derek Queen tape. I kind of think Derek Queen's outlook. I don't know if it's in going. I don't know if it's in going. I think Derek Queen's outlook might be a little more Julius Randle. And I don't know, maybe I'm hating. But Julius Randle, I know some people gonna shit on that, but Julius Randle, so all NBA dude, Julius Randle, all NBA dude with the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Had a hell of a they kind of figured it out in the postseason. Yeah, Steph was hurt, but they figured it out. They won them bitches, you know what I'm saying? They won those games. So but I don't know if I see Sengun no more. I don't know if I see that necessarily. I just don't know. And somebody, shout out to my dog. He hit me up and he was talking about Jordan Poole's IQ. And he thinks too much is being made of Jordan Poole being a high IQ player. He don't think Jordan Poole necessarily has a high IQ. He's not in love with them 40-foot shots. Not in love with that. He think kind of like his ability to get to the rim is a bit overstated. Admittedly, I didn't watch a ton of Jordan Poole in Washington. I watched a lot of them in Golden State. And I think he's super high IQ by how he's able to score. Like, I seen Jordan Poole give some people the blues, though. I'm talking about just giving them the blues, getting to that rim. Like, I'm talking about just cold-blooded, give him the blues. But I think he's speaking more so from the standpoint of him orchestrating the offense. Now, me, I give Jordan Poole benefit of doubt. I think he's played with some high IQ players. I think he's a risk taker. Like, every shot Steph Curry takes ain't a good shot. It's just the fact that I'm Steph Curry. I be making these bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be making them. So if I'm making them, I've earned the right to take these shots. Jordan Poole probably feel like I've made a few of these bitches, so I earn the right to pull up every once in a while and see what I'm working with today from beyond the arc. So when it comes to like playmaking and stuff like that, I don't know. I thought Jordan Poole had real good chemistry the other day with Carlo. When Carlo got out and ran, he found him on the alley. Found him. Carlo head almost hit the rim. Carlo got some bunnies. Found him on the alley. Found him in transition a couple times for an easy flush. I think Jordan Poole is going to be a beast in transition also. And I think in the half court, his handle's so crazy that he can get past virtually anyone. And he can get through the line. Like, he wasn't crazy efficient in the preseason, but I think in that second game, he got like 8 free throws. He knows how to initiate contact. He can finish through contact. I think Jordan Poole going to do his thing, man. I just think a lot of times the narratives get out of hand, dog. Like, the narratives get out of hand. And if you don't got, like, if you're not just habitually watching a player, then you could get caught up. It's happened with me, myself. Like, with some players, I'm like, yeah, he cool. Then I start, like, you don't never watch a player until you start gambling on them. Until you start betting on motherfuckers. That's when you watch and you know what type of shoes he wear from game to game. You know everything. You know everything. You know motherfucker brushed his teeth that day. You start betting on him. You be like, oh no, he got them shoes. Yeah, my money gone. It's over. It's a wrap. So I'm giving Jordan Poole the benefit of the doubt. I think Jordan Poole gonna have a hell of a season. Say Gallinari is 37, but Gallinari, where is Gallinari? Gallinari. Wait, is Gallinari the dude who kept tearing his ACL? Oh, is that? Yeah, that's Gallinari. Ugh. Nah, I'm cool on Gallo. I'm cool. Ryan, you say Polo, yeah, YOLO, and Poole. Hey, Poole said it costs money to make money. Brad, you say you're more concerned with the rebound than anything right now. Yeah, I am as well, because you got 2 guys in Messi and Zion that can get you offensive boards. But I don't know how much Zion's weight loss will become a factor in him being able to kind of move guys out of the way. And, I think Zion is fully a wing now. I don't think Zion is a power forward or anything no more. So I don't know how that's going to affect his offensive boards necessarily. So I agree. I think rebounding, especially defensive rebounding, man, that's concerning. That's very, very concerning to me. Like, for real, especially once you start going up against the big dogs, like the Jokic's and Jokic and Aaron Gordon. Who else, like some killers in the West? I already said Wemby, Cornette. They got Biombo, Champagne over there. They got, man, I keep forgetting this dude's name, bro. The fake Dennis Rodman dude over there. They got him. I already said Steven Adams, Sengun, Jabari, Tyree Eason, Sohan. Yeah, they got Sohan, Jeremy Sohan. You got you already know about Hartenstein and Chet. Like, in the West, you gotta have bigs that can rebound, dog. It can't just be all offensive driven. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just can't be all offensive driven. Ronald, you say Lonnie Walker. I was interested in Lonnie Walker last year. I thought he really deserved a chance. I forgot what it did. Did Boston bring him in? Who brought Lonnie Walker in last year? I know he had got a look with somebody. I think somebody gonna sign Victor Oladipo. It's just a matter of who. And hey, you know what's funny? Victor Oladipo, he just left Miami, but with Tyler Hero being hurt, I wonder if Miami is interested in Victor Oladipo again. And, that would be interesting. Somebody asked me a good question earlier, too, about Phoenix having a ton of bigs, and they might want to move off of somebody. I've been a fan of Nick Smith for a while. I think Nick Smith is another high-energy guy, go out there, just rebound, run and dunk type player. But I also don't want to be too redundant. Like, say the Warriors barely got players. Yeah, the Warriors, man, they got a funny situation going on there, son. Like, y'all brought all these, like, this is a Temptations reunion farewell tour. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this? You got Seth, you got Gary Payton III, you got who else they brought back? Draymond. It's the same old Draymond, but Jimmy Butler. To me, that's a team. Oh no, not Nick Smith. My bad. Nick Richards. But yeah, the Lakers got Nick Smith Jr. He on a 2-way, right, Ryan? I think that's somebody that would have been cool. That would have been real cool. And that would have been a real cool signing for the Pelicans. That's why I think overseas is the route to go. If you're the Pelicans, you got to hit on some of these, like a couple of these overseas prospects. Like Thomas Bryant, he left the country. Thomas Bryant must ain't got no passport, or he must have got like warrants overseas or something, because he came back to America quick. Thomas Bryant was gone. He probably never really left. Right, got stopped by TSA. This motherfucker was like, I'm going overseas and taking my talents to Pakistan. And they're like, the hell you are. And he ended up signing with the team. That would have been nice to get Thomas Bryant with the Pelicans. He would have fit right in. He'd have fit right in with the team. But yeah, the Warriors, you know what? The Warriors strike me as a team that's going to struggle in the regular season, dog. They're going to struggle in the regular. Like, that's what I'm thinking, because we already know Jimmy Butler don't really like to play in the regular season. He more of a playoffs guy, and he in the West now. Now, last season, he showed up and showed out, but it was winning time. He showed up toward the end of the season. Now you got to show up in October, November, Jimmy. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Steph been getting banged up. Then you got to, like, think about it when there's, like, 3 games and 5 nights, back-to-backs on the road. Y'all getting long in the tooth. So you better hope Kuminga ready for prime time. And then if you Kuminga, like, I already got my money. So, like, I got my money and y'all played me, and it's a team option. Oh, y'all fucking over me. Then they got Al Horford. Oh, it's Methuselah. I'm like, man, I don't know, son. I don't know. They might as well have brought Andrew Bogut back and David Lee. If they playing all the classics, motherfucking oldies but goodies. Where Mark Jackson at? Why stop that? Why stop that? Bring them all back. Fuck. What David West doing these days? Bring them back. Shit. See, the Pelicans could give over. I do think the Pelicans need somebody that has experience with winning at a high level, aside from, of course, Jordan Poole and Kuminga. So I think the Pelicans need professional players that have experience at winning at a high level, be it a Westbrook, be it a Victor Oladipo, be it a not Rashawn Holmes, but you get the point. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they just got needs, bro. They got needs. Malik Beasley had a hell of a year. You know, his confidence through the roof. Imagine Malik Beasley and Sadiq Bey out there, the space in the offense. Man, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro. Ryan, you say DeJounte for Kuminga in January. Shit, they said the Pelicans was hot on Kuminga trail pause this offseason. I don't hate it. To me, look at the Knicks. When dudes find themselves in winning situations and they happy, everybody willing to sacrifice a little bit when you feel like you can really win. Now, if it's some old bullshit, you ain't got no chance, then people like, I ain't trying to take less shots. But if you're the Pelicans, you say, look, guess what? We're gonna, like, Zion only takes 16 shots a game, and Herb, he takes about 10 shots a game. You could join the team. You could take those 15, 16 shots a game. We're going to play fast pace. You can rebound. You can start at the 4. Like, it's easy to sell a motherfucker a dream. If I'm the Pelicans, I'll be like, look, this is the evaluation. I think the Warriors need DeJounte Murray. That's who's missing. That's the missing piece for the Warriors, DeJounte Murray. They need his leadership. DeJounte Murray, he's from Seattle, so he's going to be on the West Coast. That's exactly who they need. Leader. He ain't gonna cause no problems. You know what I'm saying? All-star. You don't know who Kuminga is. Kuminga could be trash. Like, you don't know what's gonna happen with Kuminga, but you know what DeJounte Murray has to offer. Triple-double threat, and he gonna be back by January. He could be ready for the playoff run. You know what I'm saying? Bring him with that second unit. Who their backup point guard is? Gary Payton Jr. I mean, a third. Yeah. Go ahead and get DeJounte. Y'all need him. Trey Lyles in Spain. That makes sense. That kind of fit his game more, because he was with Sacramento last year. He was hurt a lot last year. If I'm not mistaken, I think Trey Lyles was hurt quite a bit last year. Either that or he was hurt, and they're like, yeah, just sit down, partner. But he's more of a stretch forward also. You know what I'm saying? After seeing what I saw, they're gonna need some. They need a dog at the 4. They need a Josh Hart type at guard. Like if Michael Peavy can do that, like just sprint, get rebounds, and just be the rebound guy, the glue guy, that'd be awesome. Now I haven't seen a lot of that on his college tape. I ain't really seen him. That don't appear to be his game. But if he can become that, that would help solve some problems. But then you got to say, I'm playing Michael Peavy over Jordan Hawkins. So now, what do you do with Jordan Hawkins? Do you just like, all right, look, bro, it's been nice having you here. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you do with him? Because you still need shooting. So it just, I feel like, look, you can only develop so many players at once. You only develop so many players at once. You can't develop Jordan Hawkins and give Jeremiah Fizz and Derek Queen and Michael Peavy the attention they need. Shit, you still got to focus on helping Eve Messi become the best version of himself. So right now, you got to kind of trim the fat. Not to say that Jordan Hawkins won't become a quality player. I just think he'll probably do it on maybe his second or third contract. If he gets to a second or third contract, he'll probably become that then. Look at a guy like Chris Dunn. I think who drafted Chris Dunn? The Bulls, I think. Was it the Bulls that drafted Chris Dunn? Chris Dunn had to leave the league, figure it out, and come back. Sometimes that's just what happens. Like that's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? I think some people, they scared to trade Hawk because they looking at Nikhil. I'm like, I mean, have you really looked at Nikhil numbers? Nikhil hasn't averaged double digits since leaving the Pelicans, if I'm not mistaken. Like, let's just keep it real. Oh, so Chris Dunn was drafted by the Wolves, right? All right, so yeah, I mean, he had to get up out of here. He had to get up out of here. Like Dante Exum, another person, had to go overseas, come back, he figured it out. Like sometimes that's just how it be. I just don't see a pathway for Hawk to do it this year, dog. Ronald K say, you looking for a Bobby Portis type? Yeah, he not out there. Yeah, I've been trying to trade for Bobby Portis for years, though, to be honest. Like, that's exactly who I'm looking for. Exactly. A Bobby Portis type. Bobby Portis, John Collins. That's the prototypical power forward that I'm looking for. And he's not available right now. He's just not out there. That's why I think Rashawn Holmes, a person like that, you give him an opportunity and you say, look, I'm gonna give you a little bit extra money. I'm gonna give you the whole $4 million. You ain't gotta take the vet man for $3 something. I'm gonna give you the $4 million. I want you to go out there and run through a motherfucking wall. I want you to go out there and run through a wall. Money, the number one motivator for people who like fringe NBA players. Like, I'm out the league right now. It's money. So if you say, look, homie, I want you to go out there and run through a motherfucking wall. I need you to go out there and get 7-8 rebounds a night. Don't worry about nothing. 7-8 rebounds a night. Dive on the floor. Do whatever you got to do. Just be a nuisance. You say who Holmes going to play over? Honestly, I think Carlo Minutes going to be a little like sporadic. Honestly, I don't think Carlo Minutes in the bag, to be honest. Like if it was me, depending on what I was struggling with at the time, I might have to experiment with starting Holmes. Now, would that happen? Probably not. But I would probably have to experiment with starting them at the 4 in some instances and just being like, yo, I just need defensive rebounding. Like I need defensive rebounding desperately. But generally, I'll probably start them over. I would probably run with that second unit. It'll be. Man, I don't know. I think he'll take Carlo Minutes. I think it would be a thing where if I really need offense, I'm throwing Carlo out there. But if I'm struggling on them boards and defensively I'm looking rough, whoa, what's that in trade? What happened, E-Dog? What's popping with y'all, man? Y'all ain't missed too much. We can run it back. Said Minnesota has 3 centers. Go ask them for one for a trade. Who they got? Gobert, Who the 3 centers is, Trey? Gobert, Nash Reed a 4, right? Yeah, I think Carla gonna be a DNP coach's decision some nights. Cause like if it's a situation where Looney them looking lackadaisical, well, he said King said your shirt came in. I wore it to the 24 and caused an argument against a Grizzlies fan. Yo, did we? Well, we lost. I was about to say we was losing. So I was about to say I don't know we won that one. But shout out to you, King Sam. What shirt did you get? You said Gobert, Zarski, and Joan. Okay. I'm not. Oh, the stay over that joint. Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah. Yo, I think when the season start, if he come out the gates hooping, I think to stay over there like that mantra really gonna catch on, though. Like it's really gonna catch on. I really do believe that. But I don't know, Trey. I don't know. I think they got like a stacked front court rotation as well, right? With the 3 centers you just named, Naz Reid and Julius Randle. And that's if you think Julius Randle gonna be there for a while. Because I could have sworn Julius Randle was getting traded last year. I ain't gonna lie to you, boy. I ain't gonna lie. You say Pels whack should be the season motto. I think we're gonna be good this year. I ain't gonna lie, I really do think we're gonna be good this year, bro. Right? You say Orlando got every power forward in the league. Yo, man, I really want the Pelicans to go get oh my god, dog. What's homie name, brother? Goga Batadze. I really want the Pelicans to get that go get Goga Batadze, dog. Goga Batadze is a monster out there physically. You say E-Dog, you say what you say? Whoa, what up, Game Osborne? Hollywood Steve. Yeah, Isaac a dog too. Isaac a dog. And he on a good contract. He on a declining contract. Me say, E-Dog say, I don't know what I missed, but does the coaching staff... Oh, shout out to my dog Ryan too with Zero Fear shirt. I appreciate you, big dog. Say, I don't know what I missed, but does the coaching staff and front office view D Queen as a 4 or 5? Not that it matters for the season. I think he's viewed as a 4, personally. The reason I think he's viewed as maybe a long-term 5, but I think in the short term, he's viewed as a 4 just because in college, he was more so a 4. Then you look at like defensively, Derek Queen cannot play the 5. Defensively, it's just, it wouldn't work. It would not work. And I'm a person who's confident in him, but I just think defensively, you asking for trouble with him at the 5. It would be a situation like Sabonis. Like Sabonis is an excellent player, but Sabonis is probably best as a 4. Like Sengun's an excellent player, but they got Steven Adams with him for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And if you saying, not you, I'm saying people of saying that his player comp is Sengun, and Sengun's a 4. You know what I'm saying? That Goga is not. You think Trey better than Franz? Nah, not yet. Not yet. Franz he didn't show it improve too much. Trey got one. I call it a play in the postseason. So to me, Trey got 2 good postseason games under his belt, but Franz got the accolades. I can't whatchamacallit. I can't put Trey over Franz just yet. He said he's gonna have to play some 5 because we're not good at the 5. Yeah, I think Looney is probably a 1-year stopgap. Like I wouldn't be shocked if they got Looney like if they have a good year, I wouldn't be shocked. They're like, look, Looney, we got a team option. We're gonna go ahead and drop the team option. Then you're gonna have to take a pay cut, dog. We're gonna have to break it down to like about $5 million, and we're gonna let the young boy run, and that's Queen. I just wish we would have got to see more Queen, dog, like in the summer league, because when he got hurt, he was just like figuring it out. What's the dude? Is that Yang for Portland? He was giving him the motherfucking blues. Like he was just figuring it out. I also think Queen got to gain more muscle. He got to gain more muscle so he could bang down there with them defensive boards. Because right now, most of his game is face up, right? It's just face up, stop the ball, and he's like an offensive hub. Necessary, like he's a ball stopper, offensive hub. So in order for him to really like get in the post and like bang with some of the bigs, he's gonna have to put on some muscle. Hollywood Steve. This year, the leap year, grab a rookie scale PF and rock out. Yeah. He said Looney is Larry Nance, bro. I think, but see, I think Looney is a co-starter. I think, Eve Messi wasn't Joe Dumas or Troy Weaver's picks, but they have an affinity for those front court players. So I think what they gonna look at Looney and evaluate him, and man, at the end of the day, it's the war of attrition. If Looney can stay healthy and he can stay efficient, and I think it's gonna be matchup dependent. It's gonna be matchup dependent because if you look at it, like Looney's biggest complaint was you weren't using me against guys like Steven Adams or like guys like Cornette, like the larger guys who, that's who I handle. So I think he would understand if they had like a quick five out there and you're like, yo, I need Messi out there. Or I need, slower people. I'm trying to be nice. But slower, lumbering bigs, Jonas Valanciunas, etc. But I think Looney would be like, oh, you pulling me early because you got a quick five? All right, cool. And truthfully, though, I think a lot of them calls gonna be from Joe Dumas, because I don't think it's a coincidence that Jeremiah Fierce got the look before Jose in the preseason. I think Joe Dumas is like, what's the haps? Like, what's going on here? Put Jeremiah Fierce in the game, partner. And not only did he put him in the game and he played more than Jose in the first game, in the second game he started. Willie Green ain't making that call. Ain't no way in the world Willie Green made that call. Willie Green probably would have started motherfucking I'm trying to think of somebody who I don't know who he would have started. He damn sure wouldn't have started no rookie Jeremiah Fierce. That had to come from the top. That call had to come from the top, son. It had to. To start Jeremiah Fierce, definitely. You said Jose on the block, DM2. Yeah, I think. Whoa, peace, God. Hey, today our day. Yes, sir. Peace to the God. Eddie Don in the building. So, the dog again. Now, Jose ain't go out like no hodo. Jose came out there shooting, but then second game, he go out there and he get injured. So it's like, again, this show, and Jose be having the most dramatic injuries. Oh my God. Shalom, my brother. Peace to you, 504. Dark Knight, he say Looney can help us run a good lineup with the running small center and run as our only version of that line. I think Looney, man, I think people underestimate Looney's efficacy on offense. Looney set on Zion's first made layup last game. Looney set a fire screen. Whoa, what up, Shelby? How you doing? Looney set a fire screen and took out two defenders. Zion just easy lane to the rim, finished with the left hand. Like the fact that he's able to do that and get big pause and take out multiple defenders on the screen, man, to me, that's gonna open up a lot of opportunities when you talk about plays for trade and just this certain pick and roll down, and take into account Looney and Poole got a cool two-man game as well. Yeah, Looney ain't about to be out here yamming on nobody, but he know his role. You know what I'm saying? Brother Dot say we already don't have enough shooting. Trading Jose would mean even less. Yeah, to me, that's the thing why I think Jose kind of get the nod over Fierce, because Jose can just be a catch and shoot guy if you need him to beat. Whereas Fierce don't necessarily have that, Like if you trade Jose, you losing like a quality catch and shoot guy. Like a quality catch and shoot guy. So you gotta replace that offense. You gotta replace that. He don't really work with rebounding, but then you kind of gotta pick a lane. Whereas if you lose his shooting, which I think is relatively easy to replace on the street because you just had Antonio Reeves, you let walk for nothing. You need to bring in some rebounding and defense. Like if you go and just be like, all right, well, we're gonna sacrifice that. We're gonna give Fierce the nine. Fierce can get downhill. We'll replace what we lost with Jose, just by the sum of our parts. and we're gonna use this to address one of our shortcomings, that being rebounding, which is an outstanding shortcoming to me. He say, Ron said, that's what I like about Looney, not athletic, but does all the fundamentals well. Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Looney took 2 threes this preseason, 1 3 each game. And I'm like, is you trying to go back to the glory of high school days? Because don't get it fucked up. In high school, Looney was that dude. Kevon Looney was cold in high school. We're like, damn, homie, in high school, you was the man, homie. But, you know, Looney had them 2 hip surgeries. He been playing a whole different role since he's been in the NBA. So, you know, it's a perishable skill. But Looney was cold. He makes you a game every 5. Fizz doing that. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. I got Fizz. If Fizz made 2 threes a game, I'd be ecstatic. If he was out there going like 2 for 4, like, all right, don't shoot no more. You good. Like, I'd be ecstatic. Because in that first game, you could tell that he was discouraged and he just wanted to see the ball go in, period. Because there was a play where Michael Peavy got the steal. He kicked it out to Fizz, and he was running with Fizz, like, you know, was up the ball. Like, give it back to me. I got the steal. And Fizz just goes all the way and dunks it. Fizz is like, man, I need to see the ball go in the motherfucking basket. That's what I think kind of happened with Fizz. But that jumper needs some work. He said, no, we need to keep him and bring Fizz along slow because I see him having some issues as he comes along. Yeah, I can see that as well. I can definitely see that as well. Eddie Dante, Dwight available. I signed Dwight, honestly. He another person I'd be like, yo, bro, let's go out there, rebound, and be a rim deterrent. If you're the Pelicans, right, I want everyone to think about it like the Boogie season prior to Boogie being hurt. The Pelicans was getting dudes like almost not off the street, but you had like Rondo, then you brought in Nico, and you know, you had some guys 10 day here, 10 day there. It's like at a certain point, you're gonna have to get lucky on some you know, long shot type players, maybe some over the hill guys who got a last gasp of air that they can give you and be productive. And Dwight, you know, he got experience like as a winner in the league. Went to the finals, best player on the team in the finals. Yeah, he didn't win, but still. See, the backup point guards to get 25-ish minutes a game, give 10 to Fizz, 15 to Jose, adjust situationally. I like that, E-Dog, because I think Jose gonna play a lot of off ball this upcoming season. I think Jose is going to be a catch and shoot guy. Now, what I don't want to see, and we saw the first game was Jose, and because Ryan pointed that out to me before, I don't want to see a Jose and Fizz lineup. Period. I just don't want to see that. Like, don't do that no more. Don't ever do that again. What would you thinking? Don't ever do that again. He said Jeremiah Fizz ain't nothing but a Terry Rozier. Everybody overrating him. This Big Swole saying this. I think he's going to be a solid player, but the expectations everybody got is too high. I don't know. What y'all think about that? Y'all think people overrating Jeremiah Fizz? I don't know. I mean, he was a number 7 pick. So you gotta, you gotta give him some benefit of the doubt. He had a quality summer league. He's one of the younger guys. So, he said we could have signed Banton, but our organization values players like Alvarado. I would have liked to see us sign Bassie from I'd like to sign Bassie. I think Bassie was with the Spurs, if I'm not mistaken. Bassie was a quality rotational big. All time is Bryant. I think the Jose thing, I think the problem with Jose contract, I think the problem with the organization having Jose on the roster, I don't think it's because they necessarily value Jose. I think it's because Jose's second year is a player option and not a team option. So a team might not be that interested in giving Jose $4.7 million next year when they just like, no, like dudes like that don't get that kind of money in free agency right now. Like you might get a minimum. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Josh, you said you saw a picture of Charles Bassie. He look out of shape. That might be why I think he on a 2-way. Ain't he on a 2-way, or did he get a vet min somewhere? Dark Knight, you said Dwight can help out Messi a lot. He played the same type of game as Messi, defensive rebound and put the ball back. Yeah. I would love to see Because to me, I think Messi needs to see an example of the player the Pelicans need him to be. And I think Dwight would be an excellent example of that. I know some people say Clint Capella, but I think Clint Capella was totally reliant on a point guard like James Harden and Trey Young. I think Messi got some offense to his game. He ain't as like reliant on a point as Capella is. I think he got some offense. Fierce handle, Fierce handle A+. If the shot comes along 36, you got your point guard, second contract all-star. Ron say like 36 as well. Nah, I think he can hit 36 at some point. Probably like if a motherfucker shooting 3-4 threes a game, I think it's possible. Dwight would be a great mentor. I agree, Brad. He said, I'm not the only person. Just speaking, am I the only person that noticed Messi bad pick and roll defense and rebounding? I think the rebounding needs a lot of work, and the navigating the screens needs a bit of work as well. I think right now Messi is a solid help block guy. He's a tad bit late on the blocks. I think he get a goaltend almost every time, to be honest. But he's still learning. Like, I give him a pass because he's really like relatively new to basketball. He's made strides already. I just want him to master the things he's already good at before, like, all right, let's work on your post-up game. Like, no, let's not do that. Let's work on your stamina. Like, let's work on your stamina so you could be running while everybody else is walking and jogging, while everybody else is tired and huffing and puffing. You need to be sprinting up the court. So I think he's making those strides. He's taking that advice in stride. Let me see. We need Eddie the Don say we need someone who's going to dominate the glass and be a beast and appear on the dunker spots. That's why I really want Rashawn Holmes, dog. I ain't gonna lie. To me, Rashawn Holmes could give you a little bit of what Daniel Gafford was given. Ironically, they both played for the Wizards. Like if you got Rashawn Holmes, say, look, just go be a poor man's Daniel Gafford. Man, you in there. Like, I mean, you don't need him to even be like Rui or nobody like that. You just need him to get you, if he can get you 9-9, you happy off the bench. 9-9 for a vet man contract at the power forward position, you be ecstatic. Coop 34, he said when the team treats Zion like a guard and builds a team like he is, they will be in a lot better position. I think they just need a couple more shooters. And not just because of Zion. I think you drafted a shooter in Jordan Hawkins. You found out that he couldn't shoot. Okay, so what do you do with that? And then you draft a point guard. Well, before that, you draft a point guard in Dyson Daniels. He can't really shoot and he can't really run point guard. It's like, all right, so what you do with that? And you got a guy, Kyra Lewis, who can't advance the ball into the front court and also can't shoot. It's like, what are y'all doing? And then you got Antonio Reeves, who can shoot, Kentucky guard. If he can't do nothing else, he can shoot. And you fucking waive him. Like, it's just, I don't know. I think they looking at the dude, Trey Alexander, because he was the G League Rookie of the Year. They looking at him like a scratch-off ticket. Me watching his game, I don't know. I think I see another continent in his future. I think I see like Eurasia in his future. I just don't. I don't see North America in his future. I just don't see it. I hope I'm wrong though, but I just don't see it. Eddie Don said, "What would it take to get Holmes?" He in what country is he in? Because I had that pulled up. Hold up. His mom actually put out a statement a little while ago, saying how excited she is for the family to go to Europe, but if he was coming, is he in Greece? Yeah, he played for, oh Lord, what kind of name is, I don't mean no disrespect, but Jesus Christ, it's a Panathinaikos. I'm going to say Greek. He's in the Greek basketball league. So I know he would come back to the States. And he got a relationship with Troy Weaver. So, man, come on home, homie. Come home. You know you're going to get some run with the Pelicans. One thing about the Pelicans, and this is just sadly true. If you come off the street, you're gonna get an opportunity. Brandon Boston Jr. got an opportunity. Alfred Payton got an opportunity. Who else was it? Man, all them dudes we played last year. I had a list. I don't even know where it's at now. I had a list of a bunch of random dudes that just got run last year. He said, what you think of a bench of Fears, Hawkins, Bay, Springer, and Dickinson? Whoo, I think that rim gonna be bleeding, though. I think they're gonna go to jail for assault. You talking about a combined, just tweaking. In that lineup, Hunter Dickinson has an argument to be the best shooter in that lineup. Just tweaking. Like, Lord, I just can't see it. I just can't see it. I don't think Springer making the team. I think Springer just a camp body. Hunter Dickinson, I think he got size, but other than that, he's supposed to be a 3-and-D guy. Yeah, Springer was a lockdown dude in Boston. He could definitely play defense, but it's just like if you the Pelicans, if Jordan, in theory, if Jordan Hawkins can shoot, if he could shoot, then you could take a risk on a guy like Springer who's just defense, because you're like, all right, I got my offense locked up between Hawkins and Bay, right? I got my offense pretty much locked up. I could just sick Springer on anyone and neutralize them. But the fact that you ain't really got you can't really rely on Jordan Hawkins at this stage, it's kind of like, you think Dickinson better than Looney? Nah, I don't. I gotta disagree with you. Just tweaking. I gotta disagree with you. Who Dickinson played for? Did he play? He played for Michigan, and he played for. Did he play for Kansas as well? I think he played for Michigan. He played for Kansas. Yeah, Kansas fans hate him. I think they was viewing him like he was about to be like the next great big, and it just didn't work out. Like he let them down. Let me see. Y'all got some questions, man? Hit me with some questions. We ain't here kicking it, man. Hit me with some questions. Let me see. I know y'all. Some of y'all was being messy on the last joint. I don't care though. Like with the Pelican shit. See. This is my thing. This is my thing, bro. Again, I say this is on Twitter. I say the Pelicans need a power forward. Somebody hit me with they already got Queen and Carlo. I'm like, you think I don't know that? You think I'm saying that because I don't realize that them two dudes on the roster, they need a motherfucking power forward in spite of them being on the roster. They still need one. Still. James Bird said, can we start running this fluke defense where we pre-rotate low man during the PNR and then leave backside empty? Well, James, take into consideration that Herb didn't play. Because I had some questions about the defense. I like the effort defensively, but it didn't necessarily look good to me in the preseason. But I will say that Herb not playing probably was a part of that. But also, if one person is the reason why your defense falls apart, you probably don't have a very good defense. You probably have a poor defensive philosophy. So I'm hoping that Looney's IQ and the return of Herb Jones adds to that, and you don't see as many like just blown assignment. It was kind of questionable to me. That's why to some people who like Chaz, you know, not overreacting, but you kind of like looking at a gift horse in the mouth. I'm like, dog, the competition only gets more difficult. Like, you're not gonna play easy people. Yeah, I think Greg Monroe is still in the building. Greg Monroe, he was working with Eve, and another one of the coaches was working with Eve. I think Greg Monroe is another guy who probably worked some wonders for Derek Queen. But still, it's like, say if Looney in lineup and your defense still trash, he don't need to start. Yeah, I think because who started in place of him? Damn, it's preseason and we had two different starting lineups. Ain't that a bitch? Because Bay started the first game, and then Bay started the second game, and Fed started at point. I don't know. I think Looney is a quality rim defender, though. He's not gonna block no shots, but he gonna be a quality rim defender, and he gonna help you with the defensive rebounding. He didn't get cooked on the perimeter neither. I was looking for. I was like, ooh, let's see how he look on this perimeter. He didn't look bad to me. But I also view Looney as like transitional. You know what I'm saying? I wanted personally. I like Looney, but I wanted Sharp from the Nets. That's what I really wanted. I really wanted us to go after Sharp from the Nets. A young dude looking for that paper. You know what I'm saying? They already got Claxton over there. I was surprised he went back to the Nets. And he went back on a friendly ass deal too. Old friendly ass nigga. Went back on a friendly ass deal, man. You could have came to the Pelicans. I think he got like $6 million. You could have came got that $6 million with us. He said, man, the team try small ball. The Pelicans should run them out the gym with Poole, Herb, Bay, Trey, and Zion. Yeah, I agree as well. To me, the question, even though I like all of those guys in transition, well, I ain't really seen Bay in transition like that, but I still like that roster, that lineup in transition. My question is, who is the crash man getting the rebound? Appreciate you, Charles. Who's securing that rebound and kicking the ball out? It's gonna have to be Herb, though. Even though Herb Cole in transition, one of the best Euros in the business, it's gonna have to be Herb, though. Like, it's just kind of scary when you think about the defense, the defensive rebounding. He said, if you look at our division, we gotta have the smallest lineup. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying too. Because like Trey 6'10", Herb 6'7", but Herb not very like stocky. Poole about 6'4", Zion 6'6". Sadiq Bey about 6'7". Like Trey 6'10", but he ain't no center. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think people look at height sometimes and they assign people to that position because of their height. And it's like, no, sometimes motherfucker just a tall, small forward or just a tall guard. Like I view a power forward as a person who plays beneath the basket and can stretch the floor occasionally, but rebounds and defends the rim and can defend bigs. That's how I view a small forward. He say, Coop 34 said, I mean Zion should play with two bigs. It would make the defense better than every big he's played with. The numbers show he wins the minutes with them. There's just no stretch forwards who rebound. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I was I'm thrilled to have Jordan Poole. But man, I kind of would have liked to keep Kelly Olynyk, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Because like Zion, he complimented him. Kelly Olynyk, the dude, he can hit a three, can rebound, play a little dirty. You know what I'm saying? Professional player. I would have liked to see us kind of keep Kelly Olynyk. I was disappointed that we ended up moving on from Kelly Olynyk because you finally saw that two big lineup and it was working. Like it was. I mean, team sucked, of course, but it was working in those spurts. The team sucked more due to injury, but it was working in those spurts. The wealthy few say, I'm thinking Looney will be traded like an expiring contract and treated like an expiring contract and traded at the deadline. Whew, it's possible. It's certainly possible. It helps that their second year is a team option, and it can be viewed as an $8 million expiring. It's just like, I don't know. It would have to be a deal too good to be true, probably. Like, I don't know if they disrespect his mind like that. If they bad, I could definitely see them doing it. Like, we're gonna try to sing it to a contender, dog. If they good, I don't know. It would have. I think like if they could get some bonus, it's like, yeah, like you might have to get up out of here, dog. Like, but I don't know. He said, Eddie Don saying, time, do you think Queen can fill that power forward position you just mentioned? I think so. I definitely think so from an offensive standpoint. Now, defensively, and yeah, I think Queen gonna definitely get some defensive boards. I think from a motor standpoint, though, I don't know. Like when I'm thinking about power forward, especially like knowing that there's going to be limited offensive opportunities in the starting lineup, I'm thinking about Tyree Eason. Like I'm thinking about even like Josh Hart to a lesser extent, like guys that I don't 3-4 people in the paint. I'm going in. The rebound's mine. Fuck all that. The rebound mine. Just run. I'm gonna find you. We gonna get out in transition. Whereas with Queen on offense, because I don't really like the Zion Queen like matchup personally, but Queen on offense, he gonna survey. You know what I'm saying? He gonna cook his defender. He gonna get to the rim. He gonna shoot the midi. He got things he could do. But I think that's kind of where the Sengun comparison comes in, because even with Sengun, like Sengun tends to get I ain't gonna say played off the floor, but he tends to be a bit of a defensive liability as well. But he's such a beast offensively, you can't do nothing with him. So I'm hoping that we see that with Queen. Like, he's just such a monster offensively. He said, when I look at Queen, I can't help but see Zebo just needs the motor. Yeah, it's just a motor issue to me. A lot of that could have been, conditioning, because these dudes, they be having draft assignments and media, and these dudes is kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not professionals just yet. So that's why I think you see Joe Dumars put such an emphasis on Queen's like running and his conditioning this offseason, because he's like, man, your legs still work, so let's get out there and let's run, let's get on the bike, let's make sure you ready for what's ahead of you. Coop say, I agree. It looked like the process they could replicate look like a process they could replicate and not hope. Herb, Trail Zion get better at rebounding. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's why even with Sadiq Bey at the 4, Sadiq Bey is a solid rebounder, but I just never really saw Sadiq Bey as a guy who's going to go out there and get you 11 rebounds. I just never saw him do it. Like, that's why I'm a little low at, on them at that 4 position. He say, Charles B. I said, when Brian won the chip in Cleveland, besides Brian, that Cleveland team wasn't that big. Pause. Yeah, but it's a new day. And that was like super duper LeBron. And look at when he had to go through to get that chip. You know what I'm saying? That was super duper LeBron. Andrew Bogut got hurt. That's another reason why the size of that team became a factor too, because Andrew Bogut, I think he broke his arm in that series, right? And you had Festus Ezeli and Maurice Spates playing the 5, and it was like, all right, like it ain't gonna work for y'all. Let me see who else we got. We got let's see. Josh Murdoch said, if PB plays well, you think he finally win the rotation despite Bay playing well? I think if PB play well, you see Jordan Hawkins out of the rotation. I think PB would take Jordan Hawkins' spot for real. I really do. And don't let PB be shooting well. If he's shooting well, man, I added in that defense and that size and that motor and his play in transition. Because I don't think Hawkins is bad in transition. I just think PB just got too many pros to his game versus Hawkins at this stage. James Bird said, will Trey be going to power forward now? He's stronger. He's certainly stronger. But the question will become, if you trade, or if you the defensive, if you Willie Green, do you really want Trey in the paint banging with bigs, picking up cheap fouls? Now that really becomes the question, because what Trey does has really become the most difficult thing to replicate on this team, considering Jordan Hawkins hasn't lived up to what you needed him to be at this stage. So I don't know if I really want Trey down there banging with what's his name, Julius Randle, picking up cheap fouls. Like, I just don't know if I want that at this stage. It probably, I'm trying to think, if depending on who the 4 is, I think it's matchup dependent. I think it's matchup dependent. I think Trey gonna do well as at helping though. I really want Trey to take that step Kevin Durant took defensively. Because Kevin Durant became a hell of a help defender. Say we need Westbrook for the extra rebounding. Yes, dog. BP Inferno, man. To me, Westbrook would solve a lot of my concerns, dog. Because I know no matter what, Westbrook is going out there and getting 6-7 rebounds. 6-7 rebounds. He pushing the pace. Yeah, he gonna give you a headache. He might have 3 turnovers, but he gonna go out there. He gonna rebound that ball, though. He not gonna take no games off. Like, to me, he would reassure me in certain instances. Let me see. Queen will most definitely help us at the power forward spot on offense, but if he's just average on defense, he would be really good. Yeah, you just got to be average. You just can't be a total fucking liability. Like, you know what I'm saying? To the point where you play it off the floor. That's why if Sabonis was at the 4, it wouldn't be that big of a deal that his defense is bad. But the fact that Sabonis is at the 5 for Sacramento, now it look crazy, because it's like, I just can't have you out here. You're just too much of a liability. That's how they get away with Julius Randle being at the 4, because you got Gobert right there. You know what I'm saying? That's how Cat got away with being at the 4, because you got Gobert right there. But look at how Brunson and Cat was in the playoffs. You can't play Brunson and Cat together necessarily. That's why they had to bring Mitchell Robinson in, and Mitchell Robinson was making life difficult for a couple of them cats. You know what I'm saying? He's a PB Hawkins off the dump. Oh yeah, I mean, man, I went back, I watched that game. I was like, yeah, yeah, it's about the writing looked like it's on the wall, and I still got hope for Hawkins. Honestly, like, we need Jordan Hawkins to be good, bro. But yeah, I think PV, I think PV got it in the bag, to be honest. And they gave PV like a real guaranteed contract for a second rounder. So they like, yo, we playing Michael Peavy. Like Michael Peavy gonna get some run. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. I got about 5 minutes, man. I'm gonna try to wrap this up. But let's see. Fierce can learn a lot from Westbrook. Yes, absolutely. I even think Zion can learn a lot from Westbrook because right now, everybody on the team is cool. Everybody cool, everybody friendly, everybody getting along. But you still need that one asshole. You need that one person who just like, y'all slacking out there. Like, what we doing? This what we doing? Like, you kind of just need that one person. You need the principal. You know what I'm saying? You need the principal. It's cool when everybody getting straight A's. And when you start getting C's and D's, you need the principal to be like, all right, look, I ain't sparing the ride. Y'all getting too comfortable around here. And I think that's what Westbrook would do, because you know Westbrook's serious about his work. It would be great if DeJounte could play. You say that's Herb. Yeah, I mean, Herb not really vocal like that. Herb, like cool, because these is Herb peers. Herb grew up in the league with these dudes. They like peers. So you may not necessarily not respect Herb, but coming from Westbrook, it's gonna be like, damn, yo, this the MVP, this scoring champion, all NBA, all stuff like it's different. Just like Rondo. It was one thing if Drew said it to AD, but if Rondo said it to AD, it's like, man, let me pay attention. Yeah, Herb definitely play hard. Absolutely play hard. In fact, I hope we see Herb this preseason, because I still don't got an answer about that rap on his thumb. I ain't got no answer about it, man. Yo, so I want to ask y'all, like, what days y'all good with going live? Y'all know I do the Sunday show. I do the Sunday show and the Wednesday show. We probably not gonna do the Wednesday show this season because we're gonna be doing the post game shows. And I'm gonna be live streaming the games on this channel. So make sure y'all subscribe and tap in. Any day is fine. Yeah, it definitely if some breaking news happen, I'm gonna just have on. But on this channel, I'm gonna be talking about wrestling. I'm gonna be talking about other teams, all kinds of shit. I finally got it settled to where I can go live and really holler at y'all, because y'all been showing major love and support, man, especially on Twitter. Shout out to man, and please, everybody in the building, please make sure y'all hit that notification bell. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, dog. Like, y'all see how many subs I got. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but even me on my other channel, I don't even get the notification for this. So I don't know what's happening with that. I hit them up. They just saying this is an ongoing issue we're trying to resolve. I'm like, all right, thanks for nothing, customer service. But man, we got about 2 minutes left. What y'all thinking? Can I get a thumbs up on Rashawn Holmes and Victor Oladipo? Can I get a thumb? Wait, hold on. Let's do it like this. Put the name in the chat. We got Rashawn Holmes, Victor Oladipo, Bol, or Russell Westbrook. What is y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? Who y'all rocking with? Rashawn Holmes, Victor Oladipo, Russell Westbrook, and Bol. Because I know we had some real Bol fans at one point. You say get Chris and Justin. Oh yeah, I gotta get Chris and Justin on the show for sure. You got Josh Murdoch. You say Westbrook. So what you think about with the front court? Is you good if you get Westbrook? You not tripping on the front court? You can give me lazy Bol. Yo, I was looking up Bol. Averaged 3 rebounds. I said, ain't this a bitch? So Inferno, you say Holmes and Westbrook. Eddie Don, you got Holmes. D for real, you got Bol. Wait, BP, you got Oladipo? Oh, you say or. I'm tripping. I'm about to say, you say Westbrook and Oladipo? God damn. But yeah, okay. This week you say Westbrook and Holmes. Okay, start Carlo. That's something me and Chris said one time. The hell, if you say, man, Trey look like he dropped a vlog on YouTube today. Oh, he dropped a new one. Man, shout out to my dog DJ. My dog DJ, he working with Trey on the vlogs, man. My last show, I chopped up some of the clips and talked about it, man. That's dope that Trey doing this thing. I like to see that the Pelicans are being, like, some of the players are being more vocal and putting themselves out there more. If you go back to that game, the second game against Southeast Melbourne, when Jose got hurt, you're going to see Zion actually walked back to the locker room with Jose. I think he was the only player that walked back. So he's taking on that leadership role. So let me see. Josh, you said I think the front court can hold it on. Okay. Holly Grove Steve, shout out to Holly Grove. He said Westbrook don't want to wear a Pels uniform. Oladipo betray Hawk. Yeah, that's something to take into consideration. Westbrook, from what I've been told, he not a fan of New Orleans. Trey, you say Holmes and Victor Oladipo. Man, I hope we can bring that to fruition, dog. I ain't gonna lie. We about 4.5 million below the tax. There's a world where you get both of them dudes and you still duck the tax, bro. For real. He said at this point, do I have to give you 15 minutes? Yeah, even that. Like, I'm not opposed to that at all. But I just know they got to do something because that defensive rebounding is scary. It was near the bottom of the league last year. And if you can't finish plays with a defensive board and get out, if you can't get defensive rebounds, you can't get out in transition because you're going to be taking the ball out of the inbounding the ball out from the sideline every time. You got to secure the board to get out in transition. It's critical. You're going to be neutralizing Zion, Trey, and Jordan Poole's best assets as a trio, and that's running and gunning. You got to secure the fucking rebound. Like, you got to, dog. Like, for real. That's why I'm putting so much emphasis on it, because I can already see a scenario to where, the Pelicans down by one. They miss. The Pelicans down by one. James Harden misses. Zubac comes in with the putback that puts the Clippers up by 3. You know something stupid like that gonna happen. You already know it's gonna happen. You know it's gonna happen. You done seen it 1,000 times. You know it's gonna fucking happen. You gotta get the rebound. But that's been today's show, man. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. DM me your email address so y'all can enter in the raffle. I'm gonna do the giveaway this preseason. Let me see. But yeah, man, leave a comment. Let me know who y'all want to rock with. And I'm gonna be back soon. We're gonna talk some more about these cats. I'm gonna chop this up. So expect some new content coming ASAP. I'm hollering at y'all. Peace. I appreciate y'all.